Flip TV Plus. This is morning news on Flip TV Plus. Here are the headlines. Grid collapse. Ghana plans to supply Nigeria with electricity. CBN confirms Emefiele's resignation as Cardoso assumes office. Tribunal upholds Caleb Mutwang's election as Plateau governor. Presidency retracts false narrative of Tinubu ringing Nasdaq closing bell. Military rescues 6 students after Zamfara bandit invasion. Now the news. Ghana may soon be exporting electricity to its neighbor Nigeria according to latest reports. The head of the Generation and Transmission Unit at the Ghanaian Ministry of Energy, Mr. Antin Moni, emphasized that via effective policy development and implementation, Ghana has already attained an impressive 80% to 95% universal energy access inside its boundaries. During his presentation in Lagos on the second day of the Nigeria Energy Leadership Summit, Moni noted that Ghana has steadily been developing its power sector and may soon export electricity to Nigeria once the power system has been fully developed. This declaration follows the second national power grid breakdown in Africa's most populous country and the continent's top oil producer, Nigeria, which resulted in a total blackout of homes and businesses. On to the next. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has confirmed the resignation of Mr. Godwin Emefiele as its governor, 3 months after being suspended from office by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Following his suspension, the federal government appointed Mr. Folashodun Shonobi, the Deputy Governor, Operations Directorate, to oversee the affairs of the Apex Bank. In a statement by the Director of Information at the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Willie Bassi, the government said Emefiele's suspension from office was due to an ongoing investigation of his office and the planned reforms in the economy's financial sector. However, on September 15, Tinubu nominated Olayemi Cardoso as the new CBN governor, pending his confirmation by the Nigerian Senate. Corroborating this, the Apex Bank issued a statement on Friday announcing the assumption of office by the acting governor. On tribunal verdicts, the Governorship Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Jos Plateau State has upheld the election of Governor Caleb Mutwang of Plateau State. Mutwang, who contested the election under the People's Democratic Party (PDP), was declared the winner by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) of the March 18 election. Dissatisfied by the outcome of the election is All Progressives Congress APC rival Dr. Nintawe Yuwadat headed for the court and asked to be declared the winner on the grounds that the PDP does not have structure and there was overvoting. Yuwada had also asked the court to include the votes of the 14 polling units rejected by INEC. Delivering judgment, the tribunal led by Justice Harry Rele Ifene held that the issues raised by the petitioner on party structure were pre-election matters and the petitioners lacked the jurisdiction to challenge it. The tribunal also held that PDP actually held a repeat Congress on the 25th of September 2021 in compliance with the order of the Jos High Court delivered by Justice S.P. Gang. Meanwhile,
that it is not in the place of the petitioner to start stretching its neck from his own compound into another man's compound to see what is happening there. That means that the petitioner has no locus to challenge the nomination of the governor who is in another party from that of the petitioners. And that too, the issue of nomination is a pre-election matter. That means that it is an issue that must have been decided before the election. And so the tribunal had no jurisdiction to look at that. All the 3 issues canvassed, raised, and argued before the tribunal were resolved against the petitioner. So you can say it is a match that ended 3-0 in favor of the governor.
So this is to let everybody know that all hope is not lost. The first bus stop has been passed. We are going to the next bus stop that is filing an appeal to the Court of Appeal, where we are sure that they will take a more in-depth look at all the facts and the law.
That which Plateau people yearn for.
The claim that President Tinubu is the first African leader to ring the Nasdaq bell is not true. Recall that on September 20, it was widely circulated that Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu rang the closing bell of the National Association of Securities Dealers Automatic Quotation System (Nasdaq) in the United States. After Tinubu allegedly rang the closing bell, Hajirin Jalali, special advisor to the president on media and publicity, issued a press release on September 21 and claimed his principal was the first African leader to ring the closing bell. The press statement was titled, "President Tinubu becomes first ever African leader to ring closing bell at Nasdaq, whose large-scale investment at the Nigeria-US Executive Business Roundtable." Flip TV Plus did a fact-check and found out that Tinubu was not the first African leader to ring the Nasdaq closing bell. Jakaya Kikwete, former president of Tanzania, is the first African leader to ring the bell. Internet searches reveal that Nasdaq welcomed Kikwete to ring the bell on September 21, 2011. This was 12 years before Tinubu did. Flip TV Plus also found out that there was no mention of Tinubu being the first African leader to ring the bell. This would not be the first time Ngilale and the Nigerian presidency would issue a misleading report on Tinubu. Earlier in the month, they alleged the UAE had lifted its visa ban on Nigerian travelers, only for a UAE government official to come out to deny the claim. However, the media team of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has withdrawn his earlier claim that his principal is the first African leader to ring the closing bell at the National Association of Securities Dealers Automatic Quotation System, Nasdaq, in New York. Finally, on the news, 6 of the 24 students of the Federal University of Gusau, Zamfara State, kidnapped the early hours of Friday, have been rescued. A top military source close to the commander of 1 Brigade Nigerian Army, Gusau, confirmed this to newsmen following the bandit invasion of the Sabongida community of Bungudu local government area. He said the brigade commander, Brigadier General Sani Ahmed, is currently leading the operation with other security agencies in the forest along Safe local government area of the state. The source also confirmed that several bandits were neutralized during the ongoing operation with some weapons recovered. Flip TV Plus had earlier reported that over 24 schoolmates, mostly ladies, were abducted during the attack. A resident of Sabongida, identified as Nazel Sabongida, also confirmed that the gunmen invaded the community around 3 a.m. on Friday and started shooting indiscriminately. According to him, 3 students' hostels were attacked, and all the students in the hostels were taken away by the bandits. In the
La ilaha illallah. Nobody did in this house again. Ah!
related development, the Zamfara State Police Command confirmed the abduction of the students and ongoing rescue operation. Thanks for joining our news broadcast. Subscribe on our channel for latest updates. Okpayemi Olugbemi reporting for Flip TV Plus.